there is a story called The Story of the Second Arrow that is often told in Buddhist meditation. And the way the story goes is that somebody is walking through the woods and they are struck in the shoulder with an arrow. And it hurts. Being hit with an arrow hurts. That's the first arrow. And then the second arrow is that the person, as soon as they're hit, starts thinking like, of course I was struck by an arrow because I'm such an idiot and I'm a loser and everybody hates me. Or maybe they start thinking, of course I was hit because that jerk is out to get me and it's all their fault. Whatever the story is, the second arrow is the layers of additional suffering that we add on through our thoughts that may or may not be true. And in modern neuroscience, there's some research, specifically research by Dr. Jill Bolte-Taylor, that our emotions last in our body for about 90 seconds. That when something happens in our environment that stimulates an emotional response, the chemical reaction in our brain lasts about 90 seconds, a minute and a half. And we often re-stimulate ourselves. We often keep coming back to the thing. We add on, in this arrow analogy, the second arrows. So the invitation for today's practice is to practice just being with ourselves and our environment as it is, as we are. Just being here. And noticing when maybe our mind takes us away from this first condition, this first arrow of just what is, and takes us into additional thoughts, right? When we bring in other stories that may or may not be true. And there's nothing wrong with thinking, certainly, and there's nothing wrong with thinking in meditation. It gives us an opportunity to notice and practice noticing when we are no longer with the things that actually are in the present moment, and when we've gone to hypotheses, planning, thinking, thoughts, all of those things. And it gives us a chance to practice noticing. We can just say thinking when we notice it, and then coming back. And the benefit of this is that when we're not meditating anymore, when we're not sitting in meditation, and we're living our lives, we can also maybe start to notice when we're adding on these layers of suffering, right? This isn't going to take away all suffering. The first arrows are going to exist in life, unfortunately. And maybe we can give ourselves the space and time to deal with those first arrows and tend to those wounds without layering on additional suffering. So that's the invitation for practice. And if you want, if it feels right, I will offer a mantra of here for this, right? Breathing in here and breathing out for this. So I'll introduce it when we get there. That you can set yourself up in a comfortable meditation posture. We'll be here for about 15 minutes. So just taking a moment, maybe let go of all the activity that's already been in your life today. And just taking a moment to settle in to this moment in time. There's nothing to do but just rest. Just be here. Maybe inviting the muscles of your legs and your feet just to soften and relax. Maybe noticing where your body is making contact with the floor and the seat below you. And inviting yourself to melt a little bit into the ground. Feeling the muscles of your feet soften and relax. Maybe feeling the muscles in your bottom, your glutes. Just grow a little easy relaxed, melting into the seat below you. Just feeling yourself fully present, arrived in this moment. And as you allow yourself to be connected and supported to the ground and the chair, you also bring a sense of ease and lightness into your torso. Maybe feeling the natural support and structure of your spine, feeling the vertebrae stacking one on top of another, slightly lifting from your lower back to your middle back, between your shoulder blades, through your upper back and your neck. Bringing a sense of lifting into your torso, and allowing your shoulders to fall away from your ears, allowing your arms to hang off your shoulders. Maybe placing your hands palms down in your lap or wherever is comfortable. Maybe noticing if your ears are aligned over your shoulders. Just allowing for a sense of upliftedness, holding your torso and head upright. Bringing some awareness into your face, allowing the muscles at the hinge of your jaw to relax. Muscles of your forehead, all the muscles around your eyes. Maybe noticing the breath as it moves in and out of your body. Not needing to change or manipulate your breath in any way. Just noticing this process. It's been happening without our thoughts, just automatically. We allow our attention to rest on this very gentle, subtle movement, this activity in our body. Just resting our attention on this nuanced movement of what is. Maybe noticing if there's a spot in your body where you feel the breath most strongly. And if there is, allowing yourself just to feel into that location, dropping a little bit of an anchor for your awareness. Just practicing resting our attention right here, right now. And if you like, you can add a mantra onto your breath, breathing in here and breathing out for this. Here for this. Here for this. Just practicing being with ourselves, our environment, our situation as it actually is in this moment. And practicing noticing when our minds have added additional thoughts onto our actual experience. And when we notice, we can simply say thinking and then bring our attention back here for this. Practicing staying present with a very simple experience of watching our breath. Here for this. Whenever you notice your mind has drifted, you can simply smile at the thoughts, acknowledge the thinking, and then gently come back, giving yourself this opportunity to practice. Just being with what is. Here for this. As we've practiced, you may have a sense of your mind today. It's very busy, it's very calm. There's no good or bad. It's just how it is. This is our life. And the practice is just noticing, and being able to bring ourselves back, grounding ourselves back into the reality of this moment each and every time. And as we wind down our practice together, if it feels authentic for you, I invite you just to touch into a little bit of tenderness or sweetness of your practice. Maybe feeling a little bit of gratitude and appreciation for yourself for being here. Just taking a moment to savor that sweetness. And then as you're ready, you can start to move and stretch and bring yourself out of meditation.